Welcome in, everybody. Today we are going to be starting our 1.0 Satisfactory playthrough. We have been playing Satisfactory since about update 3. Took a short break, hit it hard again, update 8. Really excited to get into the 1.0. We did start a multiplayer save that is only being used up on live streaming on Twitch. So if you want to see a different version of 1.0 with some more people involved, a little bit more of a relaxed long play style, head over to twitch.tv/hobolumberjack. Without further ado, let's get in. I think we're going to start, so for the Twitch playthrough, kind of where it all began. That was the first place I started, so I'm like, I want to go into that. I think we are going to do the Northern Forest for this playthrough. I know they did a lot of changes for Northern Forest for the 1.0 release. We will not be skipping the intro. We're gonna play through that because they did a lot for the dialogue options. We're gonna listen to that all the way through. Northern Forest. We're not skipping onboarding. Go player. Let's do it.
Separation from main transport complete. Group 8 delivered to Calistian region.
The drop pod.
All pioneers functional. Initiating dispersion. Attention Pioneer. I am Ada, your personal instance of the artificial directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program.
Save the Day
A
program.
Fixit Pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated.
Explore and exploit. Oh, that's new.
And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you. Fixit.
That was the summer sloop.
Long-term problems. Initiating Planetfall.
Lights, camera, action.
In 3, 2, 1. Beginning arrow assist. Drag within acceptable parameters. Descent phase begun. Decelerating. Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute.
The backup parachute.
Skipping parachute.
Just get rid of the parachute.
Landing phase begun. Activating retro propulsion.
We have touchdown.
Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni situational exploration suit nominal. Pioneer acceptable.
You hear that? We're acceptable. We broke the seal. Alright, got our build gun.
Congratulations. You are the 3rd in your region to survive Planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, ABB, in the binary system of Akicha.
We're the 3rd to achieve touchdown.
Objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding.
Does that mean that everybody else died, or the new drop pod? Been a long time since I looked at this. Go Tazy crazy.
Next objective. Dismantle the drop pod. Fixit Incorporated as cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub. Next objective.
The jelly
Use the
bean.
resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub.
All right, hold V. All right, we got iron. 400. Closest one. A lot of you may already know this, but to save your keyboard and your finger, you hold E while you're running. You can just grab grass on the fly. And you're going to need a ton of it. That was close. You got to get down. Brace for impact. Grabbing that hard drive right out of the gate.
Which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission.
Like we're surrounded.
Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your Fix-It designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
Grab these. One of the things that these sites are good for. Get some resources right out of the gate. Supercomputer. Hold on a second. I think that looks different. Or no. I might be thinking of the regular computer. Alright, we're gonna have to fight our way out of this. One down. It was really good at dishing it out.
For later study.
Right. Is this where we want to start? One more ought to do it. Wonder if they did move nodes to the south. They must have. Because here we have a ton of iron nodes. I don't know. These got changed. These are pure. So these would actually be, they would do us pretty good. We do have limestone. You have copper. So maybe this wouldn't be a bad spot. You know, let's do it. Do it right here. It's really the only flat spot in Northern Forest. And they did away with the flowers. Collectible flower petals. So we need to open up our build menu. Make the hub. Where do we make the hub? We make the hub out here. We're gonna want to travel that way. Don't want to fall. I think maybe we make the hub over here. It'll be our entrance into our starter factory. That being said, we can always move this at a later time.
Hub foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding.
So this has been
Once
reworked.
finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 1.
Equipment workshop, portable miner. Gonna get some iron rods. Like that. We have some iron on us. We can craft those into ingots. From this craft bench and any craft bench, you can hold, or not hold on. If you click the space bar, it'll auto hold, auto craft. So something that is already a very tedious process that we're very excited to move past. We're making iron rods. Oh, and we found a bunch of it. We don't need to. We got those too, so let's hold off on that. 10 of them over. Hub upgrade 1 complete. See if we can get some of these out of here. Little storage chest. We'll put our hard drive in there. The shift click will auto drop these items. All of the later tier items that we don't necessarily need right away, we'll throw in. We already have the spots because we hit the honey hole right at the beginning.
And the biomass burner generates power when fueled.
We got one biomass burner.
Most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fixit technology.
Hub upgrade 3, which unlocks the constructor, the power pole, concrete. That's where it starts getting good. We're gonna have to find some copper. We can hold V. Hang the copper nodes, which should be just over here. Let's see what kind of purity these are. These are pure as well. That's good. Which we're actually going to need. Let's get that going now. Then we can have them passively mining for us. How do we want this? Get a couple of these made. Get them picking out our resources for us. So then to use that, we want to just drag that to our hand slot that we've acquired. And a new feature for 1.0 that they did. You hold it in your hand, but when you place one down, you don't have to drag another to your hand. They made them stackable. Which is a huge, huge quality of life. I don't think we can get up there quite yet for concrete, which kind of sucks. Unless there's a way around the back. There is. We're going to get some of these going on this bad boy. I'll throw one on the copper node. We have 22 copper ore. We're actually going to need some more of that. And then as spaces for your crafting bench, if you just click E while on a node, it'll just do an auto mining for you. Save your finger. Because this is a pure, we're getting a whole lot more than a typical node. The impure nodes are going to give you 30 resources per minute, where normal is 60, and then pure is 120. So substantially higher. These are pulling 80 out per minute, so that's awesome. That's fantastic. Like these are done already. Empty those out and get those going. Alright, so we have 100 ingots made. Get our 20 wire. We're going to end up needing some more of this, so we'll just pump some more of these out. And I got a window now. The flushable toilet. And you can actually put things in the toilet. We're going to take some leaves. Let's flush it. Look at that, throwing water all over the place. Like a bidet as well. What we're going to do that's new to 1.0. Character customization. You have your standard helmet, scout helmet, which is my favorite, welder's mask, big old bobblehead, the golden fix-it helmet for the early access. Same with the build guns. Got a couple different patterns we can put on that. We also have the gold little trinket. We have the wrench, the check it trinket, coupon, some nuclear waste, the summer sloop, and a golden nut. Absolutely dashing. That's a great addition. I'm looking forward to that. We have biomass burners available. I'm going to start on Hub Upgrade 4, which gives us our conveyor pole, conveyor belts, and 3 more inventory slots. So we'll need some concrete, some cable, and some more plates. We have iron plates. We don't have cable. Take some of our wiring that we have made previously. Switch that over to cable. The land satisfactory. Always good to make some extra, because there is something you forgot to do and you're going to need more. As soon as you can come to terms with that, the happier you will be. Ooh, oh boy, that was close. They did a lot of work with the water visuals. They look phenomenal. If we take a peek here, go into photo mode, one of our neighboring planets, there's one. See little space elevators. All over the planet. We're not alone. All right, so we have our concrete. Yeah, may or may not have done a little bit of damage to fix it properly. Let's get some concrete made. Nice thing about the concrete, you go right from the ore to packaged material. As I kind of hinted towards at the beginning, this is going to be my first YouTube long form content. I'm looking forward to putting in the work, see if I can get a couple videos out, do a playthrough of 1.0, to see what we can make. Something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I figured 1.0 is as good a time as ever.
Hub Upgrade 4, landing platform and utilities completed. Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources. Due to
Brought the
past
game
incidents,
back.
I've been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners. If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 5.
What they're telling us is that if you're stupid, you become the fuel. Then there we can unlock Mark 1 miner, storage container, and some more inventory. Don't have quite enough cables and rods. So let's handcraft some more of these. Once we get our hub fully upgraded, then we will focus our energy towards some automation, getting a Mark 1 miner in the ground, constructors placed, pumping them into a storage. And the plan I have for this build is I would like to try and get everything brought to one facility and just have super mega factory. I've always had satellite
Hub Upgrade 5,
factories.
power expansion completed. The miner,
I'd like
unlike
to
portable miners, can be connected to
I'd like to see
conveyor
if I can
belts and
make
requires
a
power to
big
function.
mega facility.
Caution, as you
Compound.
expand, the energy.
This will give us our space elevator. The biomass burners will be our next stretch to the unknown. So we're gonna get our Mark 1 miner in the ground. think we'll just have it pumping out this direction for right now. So to accompany that, we're going to need a smelter, iron rods, and some wire. So you have to pull the ore from the ground, smash it into an ingot, and then from there we can craft with it. Make some more wires. So you want to get automation cooking as soon as you can. Then you start the race of power, because in order to have automation, you got to have power. First level of power and feeding your biomass burners. But for this new feature that we have is if you hold left control while placing an object, it'll line it up with the effective output or input of the object next to it. You see that? Got that moving dotted line? That indicates the direction of travel and that it's lined up. We'll throw that down. We have enough for belts. We connect that. If we go to the smelter, we want to select the recipe, iron ingot, because we're on an iron node. That's what we want to make out of it. So now that we have our miner, we have a belt connecting it to our smelter. Third step, the constructor. Have that keyed in. And from here, we will take our belt, connect that, and use same thing you did with the smelter. You want to interact with the constructor. We want to be making products. I have it producing iron. So now, when you interact, you can see we have no power. What we need to do is need to get some power. A power pull down. And from here, I'd like to set a pull down so that I can have power being fed off of these biomass burners that the hub is so nice to give us. Just take out your cable, get over to that power line. It defaults to 2 on your hotkey. Otherwise, you can go into your Q build menu under power and select it that way. And if you ever want to hotkey anything, just hover over it and hit the number that you want. We'll leave it on 2. And we need to connect our power. Let's run another one. Actually, let's get off of this one. Now we have it hooked up. We have a power grid. It doesn't matter how much you have running through these wires. We're only going to be running 20 megawatts out of that biomass burner. That's fine. We're running 20 gigawatts. This one wire works perfectly fine. You can interact with each individual pole. See. If everything is running, we're going to be looking at 13 megawatts of consumption. We turn our biomass burner on. This should turn our capacity up to 20. How about we do that? Throw a stack of leaves in there. Get this thing churning. So now if we look at the pole, see that our 20 megawatt capacity just shot up. We're going to be sitting at a nice and steady max consumption of 13. So that's if every piece of equipment you have powered on and running at the same time. That's what we're going to be sitting at. Our production right now. So what's currently being used up to 9.1, which means the miner's running. I bet you the smelters. All 3 are running. So those green lights, those are good. Green lights mean that we are running, have power. We're running at, currently running. By watching this power grid, you can see we have a nice steady flat line, which means that everything we have hooked up is running. The key is maximum efficiency. The flatter that line, the better you're doing. Got our ore getting smelted. Ingots coming out, getting into the constructor, which it's making something, I don't know. We're making some iron plates. And from here, we can take our storage container, big shipping container, and we're going to set it up. I'm going to set it up right here, I think. Nice centralized storage. Take our belt, put it into the feed. So now everything that this assembly line is creating will be moved into here. We have a ton of storage in here. This where the addiction starts. Nice full conveyor belt. Working to fill the container. As we unlock more items, we'll be able to run at a higher efficiency. There's one thing to keep in mind. So our miner is producing 120 ore per minute. We're restricted by our conveyor belt. The Mark 1 belt can only move 60 per minute. The smelter can only take 30 per minute. So our output got cut in half, and then cut in half. And then if you take this is taking 30. So this can take 30. This outputs 30. So we're running 100% from here to here, but we've lost a ton of efficiency. That's where the logistics comes in. Got to get the numbers to add up. But first things first, let's get this hub fully upgraded, unlock our full potential, and we can start working on tier 1, our space elevator. All that's left are 9 iron sheets, which we should have in here. We have done it.
Hub upgrade 6. Landing platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations.
Our freighter.
You have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It Pioneer.
We have reached the
Fix-It
minimal
looks forward
skill
to your
level.
future achievements, because a
We did
future
it
with
together.
Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually.
And now, this is where we get everything constant running to get biomass. Where we'll pick up will be getting down the rest of our what we can make for right now, but we gotta find a nice sweet spot, the space elevator, because production comes to a standstill once we finish tier 1 and tier 2. We have to have the space elevator down. But that being said, we'll be able to get foundations. That'll be our next build. We want to get those done, because foundations make things so much cleaner, so much more efficient. Then we can play around with what else is new with 1.0. I want to thank you all for tuning in to my first episode of Satisfactory. My plan is to have weekly uploads as I progress with 1.0. If you enjoyed the video or even learned something, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to follow along with this series. I'll see you in the next one.